Good morning, good afternoon, or good night, and welcome to Command Power, the show in which we discuss all things Magic the Gathering with a focus on Commander. And today we have another episode in our Spoiler Spotlight series in which I talk about, well, spoilers and tell you what my thoughts are on them. But before that, just a quick reminder to click subscribe if you enjoy my videos. We're well on our way to 1 million subscribers and your support means everything to me. And today we're going to be talking about Herald of Ilharg. For 2 colorless, 1 red and 1 green, it's a creature boar beast 3/3 with trample, and whenever you cast a creature spell, put 2+1/+1 counters on Herald of Ilharg. If that spell has mana value 5 or greater, Herald of Ilharg deals damage equal to the number of counters on it to each opponent. Now this card is another one that I wanted to highlight from the Ravnica Clue Edition set, and it is absolutely nuts. It's so powerful that I think it's going to become a staple in Gruul very quickly, and there's a few reasons that I think that's true. For starters, it has pretty decent stats, and hang on, you might be thinking it's a 4 mana 3/3, that's not great. But of course it's not going to be a 4 mana 3/3 in the decks you're playing it in. By the time it gets to attack for the first time, it's either going to be a 5/5 trample or a 7/7 trample or something crazy like that. And that's obviously a very good rate for a creature that can keep growing. It is mostly just stats, but not quite, because there's the other ability on this card, which is where it's going to really shine, the one where it's going to be dealing damage to each opponent based on the number of counters on it. It's only going to trigger when you play creatures with mana value 5 or greater, but luckily that's what Gruul is all about, playing big fatties and discounted fatties in particular. It might seem like that's a little bit difficult to trigger, but trust me, it's not that hard. There's a lot of cards that get discount these days, and in particular there's a lot of cards that get discounted based on the number of counters or the power of creatures you control in play. So something like Galter absolutely loves this because it's going to get bigger very quickly, at which point Galter comes down for very cheap, puts more counters on it, and deals a bunch of damage to all of your opponents. Another card that's really good with this is Lumbering Megasloth from the Fallout decks, because of course you're going to be getting counters on this as you play the game naturally, which means you're going to be able to play the Lumbering Megasloth for very cheap, at which point it's going to trigger this, dealing a bunch of damage again. The cool thing about it is, of course, that you can proliferate the counters and get extra counters on it with all sorts of cards, which means that if you manage to get a bunch of counters on this, you can sometimes just KO a bunch of people by playing a big enough creature. I can envision situations where you double the counters on this, cast a huge creature, and then just get rid of all of your opponents by dealing like 20 damage to each of them, which is insane. And after all that, you still get the Herald of Ilharg to attack with if somebody is still alive. It's a really powerful Timmy card that comes down really early, hits hard, and deals a ton of damage, and the trample on it is absolutely huge. It makes it so that this can't just be chump blocked over and over. I honestly think this card has a lot of potential, and it's another one that you might want to consider picking up in case this product doesn't get opened that much, which it really seems like it won't be. So there you have it. Those have been my thoughts on this new spoiler. What do you think about this card? Please let me know in the comment section below. I read all comments and respond to all of them too. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to click like or subscribe. It really helps the channel. And until next time, take care.